weather squarely in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Lance looking to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Darrell Taylor, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a quick throw as they get it to Ayuk outside. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Here's Lance. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Touchdown. Well, for Trey Lance, not only was he the youngest quarterback in the 2021 draft class, but many say he had the strongest arm, too, and he showed it off here. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. touchdown. It's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Wilson. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So for this defense, a tall order ahead trying to defend against Russell Wilson. Charles, your keys for how they might go about keeping him in check?
Well, before we even get to the keys, let's start with the problems he presents, because he feels pressure so well. He's got a great sixth sense, maybe even a 7th and 8. He knows where the pressure's coming from. He knows how to slide away from it, sometimes run away from it, and then he finds good throwing lanes to deliver downfield. So to me, it's that pressure inside. Big, tall guy.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
On 1st down, Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawksans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Dee Ford that time showing what he can do defensively. Credit him with a tackle for loss. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing is Wilson. He's got a man complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Point after here coming up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Here's Richie James on the return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that's a sight that 49er fans like. George Kittle catching a pass for a first down. Remember, he only played in 8 games in 2020, but he was a 1,000-yard receiver in 2018, 2019. They're hoping he can regain his all-pro form this season.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Now Wilson. This one left side caught by Barrios. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's a 2nd down. Well, this rivalry, Charles, the Seahawks and Niners, really one of the best in the NFL. So many great games in the last decade or so between these two. Where does this one rank for you in terms of best rivalries of, let's say, the 21st century?
I'm so glad you phrased it that way because we look back on some of the best rivalries in the NFL. We're talking about traditional rivalries like Bears-Packers. But here in the 21st century, It's hard to beat Seahawks and Niners because when they get together, you're often playing for division titles, positioning in the playoffs, and chasing the Super Bowl. Similar to Ravens and Steelers, two of the best rivalries in the NFL.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'd been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Niners are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, that he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there. The 49ers traded up to snag Brandon Ayuk at pick 25 in the 2020 draft out of Arizona State. He was in and out of the lineup a little bit in his rookie year, only played in 12 games, but was awfully productive when he was out there with 60 catches. And there's another one, this time for a first down.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance steps away to his left. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And that guy just keeps getting better. And I'm talking about Tyler Lockett, who just made that nice catch there for a first down. Now in his 7th season with Seattle, last year may have been his finest yet. And even 100 catches, many of them of the spectacular variety. Paired with DK Metcalf, a heck of a dynamic duo for the Seahawks.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now Lance. Buying time to his left. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 2. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gold now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense, as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Now Wilson on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Gun. Here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Working from the gun, Lance. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. They're going to be stopped up on his first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a couple on what should be the final play of the first half. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a handoff here to his running back. Finds a seam inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Play action. Now Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Wilson. That is caught inside the 5. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
They all understand that even after that loss on 1st down, they've got a field goal attempt in their back pocket. But here on 2nd and goal, this is the time you take your shot at the end zone, I believe. Go ahead and go for the big shot right now, knowing you can always come back and kick a field goal on 4th down if you can't advance.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Look at this, a tight end carry. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
It went for broke on 3rd down, and it would have really lit up the sideline if that one had worked. What do they do now on 4th down?
Interesting, a chip shot field goal here would give them the lead, but instead, they're going on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. Lance now on 1st down. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. It got his man complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play there for the Niners. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Crunch.
Lance looking to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. 57 is Mike. Mike 57. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Here's Lance. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And Gold is able to put it through, and that will push the lead up to 5. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 2nd and 1, Wilson. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett.
And Gerald Everett makes a good catch there for a first down, and he was signed away from the Seattle Seahawks division rivals, the Rams, after 4 years in L.A. backing up Tyler Higbee. He's excited about his opportunity in the Pacific Northwest. Last year, 41 catches, a career high.
Play action. It's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. All right, now the Seahawks face a big 2-point conversion attempt. Wilson going to throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Now James returning. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Now a quick throw as they get it to Ayuk outside. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
56.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Lance. Checks this one down, it's Mitchell. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. He needed less than a foot. He didn't get a whole lot more than that, but he did get the 1st down.
Well, he and his offensive line created enough push where if he was able to just fall forward as he was able to there, that would pick up the 1st down. As you noted, didn't need a whole lot, didn't get much more than that.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He'll look to throw. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So now you're in range to tie things with a field goal, but they still have plenty of time to work for a game winner, and they're trying to do so. Nice job defensively to force incompletion there.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Lance going to throw. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Lance. Got a man. That's Ayuk. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Pressure kick, and I thought he was going to hit it. I thought we were destined for overtime, but not the case.
Not at all, and they were already planning for the overtime you just mentioned, already saying, okay, what are we going to do if we get the ball? What happens on defense? Instead of that celebration and that little bit of euphoria, it turned into letdown city.
Throwing now is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Throw to the right, taken in by Berrios. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So the victory here for Seattle. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who